on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DeMarcus Lawrence, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10.
The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Houston.
Breece Hall, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 72 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Third down here.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all, and you and I both know this about this division. It's been wide open and extremely competitive, and it was again this year. So for a team to come away with the division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second down and a yard. On second down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The Texans hit 11-3 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Fielded at the 20. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's Howell. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Down to the 42, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Throwing here, Howell. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Howell from the gun. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26.
Howell. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And now out comes Houston.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A huge play there for Houston, and even 50 yards.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Howell out of the shotgun.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Again on second down, it's Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone. And
the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On the move past the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Here goes Stroud again.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
C.J. Stroud ready to lead the Texans on their next drive.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
90 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Stroud looking to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Going right back to Akers. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. It's Myers again with another catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down and 8. Now Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Myers. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Give to Hall running right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Stroud. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. Touchdown, Texans. Michael Pittman, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Al down to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. C.J. Stroud and the offense back out there.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch in. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And we've got a dandy here, a 1-point game as we begin the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Play action. Stroud now.
That's caught by Myers. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Paul ought to give up the middle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
180 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, but it brings up 2nd down.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
A give running right is Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Breece Hall
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Texans are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw, Howell. That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd down, Howell back to pass.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
Now Howell. Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Giants now down by 15. 2:01 remaining. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
Howell throwing again after the pick 6.
Over the middle, complete. It's Nash. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Here's Howell. Completes to Njoku.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now Howell. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath. exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Powell to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Let's go.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And boy, this is going to be close. A little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll run with Hall. And the Texans are going to have a first down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's a give to Hall.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.